Hi class, my name is Roland Chang, and in today's informative speech, I'll be going over electric vehicles and their impact on our grid. Imagine, we're in the future. Millions of electric cars are all around and driving around, all around you, and they are all charging in your neighborhood. Will we be left in the dark? Will there be major blackouts? Well, in today's speech, we'll be discussing that. First of all, I want to go over there's a ton of misinformation out on the internet about are we actually ready for electric vehicles, and the short and sweet answer is yes, we are. But I'll go into reasonings of why. My first point is the increase of demand of electricity. Electricity, we already are facing lots of blackouts in California specifically, but are we ready for more electric vehicles? Our power system is very old. It's well over 50 years old and was made and not really easy to upgrade everything all at once. It's a big system. But as we are right now, our power system is ready because most cars take about 30 kilowatts of power to charge entirely to its fullness. And in the state of California, we have enough power coming in through all of our power systems by all of our solar, wind power, and fossil fuels to power those cars. And as of now, and our predictions, we are in good standings to make it to where we want to be in 2030. Because in a goal in 2030, the U.S. wants to have 145 million electric vehicles going on in the U.S. at all times. And our power system, it is dated, but it will be able to keep up in the foreseeable future for about 2045. On one source I've read, that's when it says our power grid should be looking at for getting upgrades and increasing. My second point is the strain on our power grid. Electric vehicles take a lot of power to charge. 30 kilowatts is about as much power as your house takes in the day, according to some sources, depending what light bulb you use, and a lot of other factors. But in like a 2-bedroom apartment, 30 kilowatts is about all the power you'll need in a day. And imagine 100 cars on your neighborhood are all charging at the same time, taking that same power. It's like a whole nother housing unit went in. So will the power strain be taking power to your house? Again, as my last point, our power system is old, but we have enough electricity flowing in to make it sustainable, and it is straining our power grid, but ways we can work around that until improvements come later on in 2020, it's 2025 now. In 2025 to 2030, they're doing major renovations on a lot of electricity across the US to further enhance our electric ability to produce enough electricity to power all cars, EVs, and other houses. Then my third main point, what are some solutions? Well, a lot of people think electric is the future, but that's not necessarily true. Other automotive manufacturers are coming out with fuel alternatives. Porsche, the car designer, manufacturer, and engineering, is coming out with a carbon negative fuel which produces the same amount of fossil fuels. It produces the same amount of fossil fuels in the sense that like the liquid fuel that you can fill up at a gas station is the same and just as powerful to go into your car without needing to upgrade any other components. And it's not just carbon neutral, and carbon neutral is where the amount of carbon that it makes to make this product, it releases the same amount. So they're equal. No carbon is getting polluted by the amount it's taking out. So it balances out. Where this fuel by Porsche is carbon negative. So it's taking more of the carbon and pollutions out of the air and creating a more sustainable fuel source. That brings up my last point. This is about my second point as well. The whole grid system. Right now, the US is designed for gas-powered vehicles to be driving around with millions of gas stations across the US, but there's not as many power grids. As a Californian, it looks like we have enough power grids, charging stations, like the big Tesla power charging stations, but in other parts of the world, mostly in the middle of the United States, there isn't enough power grid systems to power Teslas across. For example, in Virginia, from this another article I read, if you were to buy an electric vehicle, a brand new 2025 electric vehicle, or a brand new 2025 gas-powered vehicle, it is more economical to buy that gas vehicle for 7 years out, the expected lifespan of an ownership of a new vehicle. It will be more sustainable, not only by how much carbon it produces, but overall, it'll be the most sustainable. Where if you live in a smaller area, a more congested, smaller, shorter driving time area, such as California, LA area, an electric vehicle does make more sense. Yes, it produces more carbon in manufacturing, but over time, you're not producing as much as a regular internal combustion engine is. So over time, if you have an electric car in a small, tight city like LA, is better for the environment. Conclusion, is our power system ready? Yes, it is. There is enough. Everything has been mapped out. It's been well documented on what we need to do to improve our power system to make it move forward into electric vehicles. Thank you.